One of the things that we do at Portsmouth is that we have a dedicated team that are there to support our international students. We also have learning support tutors that are there to support the students in their academic study, so that they will help them to prepare for essay writing, referencing, presentations and examinations. We have been delivering pharmacy education for 100 years. We're ranked 4th in the league table, the Guardian League table for pharmacy education.
네, 안녕하세요. 여기 포츠머스 유니버시티 파머시에 대해서 인터뷰를 해보도록 하겠습니다. 그래요. Well, Dr. Neil Weston, could you introduce yourself first?
Yeah, my pleasure. So my name is Neil Weston. I am the Associate Dean for Global Engagement in the Faculty of Science and Health at the University of Portsmouth, and I'm also an academic in the area of sports psychology.
Thank you. So also, so could you introduce University of Portsmouth and the city of Portsmouth?
Yes, well, Portsmouth City is in the south coast of England. It's as far south as you can get in England. It's an island city, and we have a population of around 25,000 students in the city of Portsmouth. The university offers a wide range of different courses across 5 different faculties. And we have a number of Korean students that enjoy coming to study at Portsmouth.
Yeah. Okay, so how about so students really care about the living cost? What is the living cost like in Portsmouth?
That's a good question, and it's a really important influencing factor for students, how much things cost when they're studying. So I think at Portsmouth, actually in the UK, there was a bank called NatWest Bank that did a student living index where I think they surveyed around 6,000 students to ask them how much everything cost for them as a student in each of the cities within the United Kingdom. And Portsmouth came out as being the 7th most affordable city for a student to study and to live as part of their degree. So, and that took in accommodation costs as well as living costs and other costs associated with that. So Portsmouth, I think the accommodation costs are around 50% cheaper than you would get in London as well. Portsmouth is, however, a 90-minute train ride away from London. So you can experience London as a Portsmouth student, go up to London, enjoy everything that London has to offer, but then come back and have cheaper accommodation down on the south coast.
Okay. So about the pharmacy, so so could you explain what kind of program do you offer?
Yeah, so students, depending upon what academic level of qualification the students have got, they can either join Portsmouth through the International College Portsmouth, so ICP Portsmouth, and study their foundation year before they come on to the MPharm programme. If the students have a higher level of academic and English language competency, they can join the university directly through to Portsmouth. And the course that we have is a 4-year course that is accredited by the General Pharmaceutical Council. We have been delivering pharmacy education for 100 years, so we're very established in delivering pharmacy education. We're ranked 4th in the league table, the Guardian League table for pharmacy education, and have been at the higher end of the rankings for pharmacy for a number of years. The course itself, as you say, is 4 years in duration for the main pharmacy course. In each year of study at Portsmouth, the students will experience a placement experience. In the first year, they do two weeks of placement in a community setting as part of the course. And in the second and third year, they do 4 weeks of placement in community and hospital settings. And then in the final year, they have 6 weeks of placement that is compulsory and is involved as part of the course. And that's really important in helping the students to connect into the sorts of locations and sorts of settings in which they'll then have to practice as a pharmacist. So it really helps them to prepare them well as obviously the education that we deliver on campus to the students as well.
How many places are available for international students? How many places are available?
No, it's a good question. So we have typically each year we would have 145 students enrolled on the pharmacy course in the first year, of which there are about 50 places available for international students. So around a third of the population of the course on the pharmacy course are international students. So we have examples of Korean students that have joined the course, but we have students from right across the world that join to do our pharmacy course, and that creates quite a multicultural student experience, I suppose, learning experience. 25% of our academic staff are international, and over 50% of our academic staff have taught in international universities in pharmacy. So they have a good understanding for how pharmacy is delivered across different nationalities and what the requirements are and the pressures associated with working as a pharmacist in different countries.
Mm-hmm. The pharmacist is worrying about their failure while studying pharmacy. What is the the dropout rate, or how many students successfully progress the next stage?
Yeah, so I think it's an interesting one. I think the progression rates at Portsmouth are very good for pharmacy students. We have around 80 to 90% of our students progress from one year to the next. What we find is with students is that the first year is the critical year. So if they can pass the first year into the second year, then we find that the progression rates thereafter into second year, third year and fourth year are better than that. One of the things that we do at Portsmouth is that we have a dedicated team that are there to support our international students. We have a dedicated full-time member of staff that is the international student support tutor, whose sole role is to make sure that the students feel prepared before they come to Portsmouth, but then also during their course as well. We also have learning support tutors that are there to support the students in their academic study, so that they will help them to prepare for essay writing, referencing, presentations and examinations. And we also have student engagement officers that are there to help the students to re-engage in their studies if they find that they are dropping out or they're not engaging with their studies. So there's quite a wide network of support at Portsmouth to make sure that the students feel that they are supported and that they can progress in their studies. Just one other thing I would say is that we also, for international students, before they come to Portsmouth, we have a pre-induction transition program that we do. That's a 2-week program that we do online that involves the international students connecting in with our academics and engaging in synchronous sessions online whilst they're at their home before they come to Portsmouth. And that whole program is around digital skills, it's around academic skills, but it's also about them, what they're likely to experience in terms of their education in the United Kingdom that would maybe differ from what they've experienced in Korea or other countries that they're coming from. So it helps to prepare the students, it helps them to connect with the academic staff, but it also helps the students to connect with their international students that are going to be joining them when they start their course. So already they're making friends and connections as part of that program.
This sounds really good. Okay, so also so you provide a very excellent good scholarship, isn't it? So could you explain about your scholarship scheme for this year?
Yes, so Korean students have access to the Vice Chancellor Scholarship, which is a £2,500 scholarship that is a discount for the first year of the fees at Portsmouth. So that's a really valuable discount for students from Korea to be able to access.
Automatically
provided,
really?
yeah. It's part of that, yeah.
Okay, so what's so there's so you said it's a lot of pharmacy programs. So what is good things so you mentioned briefly to Korean students about pharmacy. What is a good thing? Is it cheap price or
Yeah, no, I think, pharmacy in Portsmouth, as I say, has been delivered for a century now, for 100 years. The academic staff are all active researchers, so they're doing research, they're publishing their research, but also they're using that research which informs the curriculum that the students are then receiving. So the students are getting a contemporary pharmacy education that is informed by the research that our academics are doing, which I think is really important. We also have lots of great facilities, laboratory facilities. We've got a pharmacy dispensing clinic that we have there as well. So the students can engage in a range of different learning activities that allow them to learn the content. So you won't just receive a lecture there will be workshops, there'll be seminars, there'll be laboratories. So there's quite a varied range of teaching methods to enable the students to understand and to learn the content. And that also extends to the virtual learning environment that we have. We use Moodle as our virtual learning environment, and we use a variety of interactive applications on Moodle to allow the students to engage in the content at a time that works best for them. So there's recorded content on the Moodle websites. There's also activities that the students can work through to help them to understand their learning. So they're taught, but they can also support their learning at a time that is convenient for them. Often students like to work when they come over to another country. They want to work and earn a bit of money, and therefore being able to use those resources online, which fits into their schedule, is really important for the students.
Thank you very much. So, well, so you have got a really good, so program, and then there's, the price is not very, expensive, and the living cost is there, it's lower, exchange rate is really high in South Korea. Also use, so good research, so level, and, so you have got excellent facilities, for, so pharmacy students. Also, so my students, studying there, two students there, so their satisfaction rate is really high. So I think that this is one of the, most, good selling point.
It is absolutely, and we find that Korean students are really good students. They are very diligent, they're very hardworking, and they perform very well in our course. They get good outcomes and they get good degrees on the course. So I think they make a really good positive contribution to the learning environment of their fellow students, and are well respected by their staff as well.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your time, Dr. Neil Weston. Thank you.
Thank you.